Really? You think this title's better? Roman Holiday.
I like it.
Who invited you?
I did. She's my favorite Trumbo.
Well, Grandma, what did you think of Trumbo? All about the blacklisted screenwriter.
I thought it was excellent. I have memories from when this was happening, and I recall feeling at the time, I thought, what? You know, why are they being so hard on these people? I thought it was unfair. I guess I was out of the loop. I didn't realize they were supposed to be, you know, enemies of the people. And I remember Dalton Trumbo's name. I didn't necessarily remember the other names, his compatriots, but I remember his name. And how hateful I thought the anti-American committee was. I mean, they were so mean to those people. Because we got news clips, you know, black and white television. The story of his family was fascinating. How wonderfully supportive his wife was. How the children suffered the way children would, you know, when something like this was happening to the father, which they obviously adored. And
they were also very supportive.
Well, yes.
Up to a point.
The acting was superb. Absolutely superb. I was not aware of the role that Hedda Hopper played when I was watching, you know, back in the 50s. I wasn't aware of how much power she seemed to wield in the Hollywood of the time, you know, because I remember her being a writer about Hollywood and the stars, you know.
Right.
And, well, I thought of her more as a gossip columnist. You know, she was sharing the news about our favorite actors and actresses, you know. But her intense role in this anti-American group that she belonged to, I wasn't aware of that. And Helen Mirren did a superb job with her part as Hedda Hopper. It was really, really well done. I was impressed also by the actors that they chose to play very famous actors that we know about, you know.
Well, it's sort of unavoidable.
Particularly the one who played Kirk Douglas. I thought, okay, I could believe him as Kirk Douglas, you know. They did a really good job selecting not mirror images, but, you know, sort of like, so that you could believe him. And it was seamless, I thought. Very, very good. Well written, well acted. Who was the director? Well directed. Whoever it was, he did a good job. She did a good job. I thought it was excellent, and I'm glad you told me that it got nominations, you know, for the Oscars, because they should be recognized for their work. It was very, very good. What did you think?
Well, again, I thought it was pretty good. I thought the thing that it did was, again, it told a story that's not really been told that much. So again, although you know the basics of again how the blacklist started and how it ruined people's lives, it's another thing to see it all acted out and see a lot of the behind the scenes parts to the story.
Right.
Again, all of that I thought was very interesting. Again, the acting was very good. Again, the script was very good. It would be interesting to know how much of it were Trumbo's own words, because again, some of it was, recorded or it was public. You know, I mean, you got a very good idea of the person, the type of person he was, and his personality and everything by the script. Again, I thought Cranston was very good. He really, you really believed him as that person, as that character. Again, it was the one thing I thought about as I was watching the film, though, was that again, this is really this one man's story.
Yes.
But what you saw along the way was really how many other stories there were to tell out there.
The fallout from what happened to them, losing their livelihood.
Yeah.
And being accused of being traitors.
But again, there's so many other stories out there that could be told.
Yes.
That were, again, also quite fascinating stories that we only sort of got a glimpse of in this movie because, again, they were all supporting to the Trumbo character in this one. But again, they all had very interesting stories and, again, made for an interesting movie. Again, I think that it was very... The main focus of it was, again, the dialogue and the characters. The direction and such was not that special. I would recommend it, but it wasn't a great film. I mean, I think it had a great performance in it. Bryan Cranston's performance was great. The film itself was all right. I mean, it was an interesting film. I think again people should see it, but it wasn't anything special. I don't think it was good.
Well, I give it 2 thumbs up.
Oh,
I'm sure that everyone should see it, whether they actually lived through this or whether this is history.
Again, it's going to be history. It's going to be history for most people.
Yeah, for the younger generation, this is new history.
Mm-hmm.
And your comment about you learned some things that you didn't know before because of the film and the profile we get of this one leading person in this problem. I remember the situation, and I remember thinking how unfair they were treated at the time. But I'll have to admit I didn't follow up on what that meant for them. And I do remember when Spartacus and Roman Holiday is one of my favorite films. So when some of the films that Trumbo had a lot to do with as the screenwriter, whether his name was on it or not, I remember enjoying those films. So I definitely give it 2 thumbs up. Yes, it's very good.
Okay.
Go see it.
Okay.